It was an overall smooth polling day with a few hiccups as many turned out to cast their ballots. It seemed that voters heeded the call for an early morning turnout to polling stations in the city. As early as 5 this morning, voters were already gathering at polling stations, either to check for their names on the voters list or join the lines to cast their ballots. The Christchurch Secondary School on Camp and Middle Streets was a hive of activities. The uncertainty was that some people were not clear where they had to vote.
A good set of people come early to vote, but there's still a little confusion as to where. And we don't have a lot of helpers out as yet. We have to go get some helpers to help people because they have all these splits and all these different A to, I think there are 5 polling places, A to B, but people don't know which one to line up behind.
The process is a bit slow because I came here at 10 to 5 this morning, and when I come, people are still searching for the name because there's 5 different booths in the polling station and they don't know where they're going. ABC, the whole line was packed up.
How was the process this morning?
Well, I went up and they just started, and so it's kind of a little slow. But I think as they go ahead, it will go okay. They seem to have a bit of a problem for people knowing which step they got to walk up. And
like any system, maybe I think the information clerks needed to be a little bit more proactive in one case, and on the other hand, a little bit more faster because people have already begun to show some frustration. But it's not anything of a big deal, really.
How was the process this morning?
Very good. Very good. Very good. As usual, very good.
You found your name easily?
Oh, easily. The last of the alphabet.
APNU member Clarissa Real, who was checking several polling stations in the city, and PPP members Bibi Shadiq and Kwame McCoy, and former Mayor Compton Young, who voted at that center. President Bar Jagdeo and Prime Minister Sam Hines and his wife also voted at that center. Mr. Jagdeo, who used his passport, said that he wanted to test the system.
I'm very pleased that the polling officers are following the right process. You saw I voted with my passport. I did everything to conform with the law. So that's excellent for the process. I've had several reports from 6 this morning, so I'm extremely pleased. There are a few minor hiccups.
Jagdeo cast his last ballot as President of the Republic. This man was among several who registered in Albertown but could not find his name at several polling places.
Yes, I went 3 different, St. Ambrose, at Start North Street, there's none. East North Street, there's none name on the list so far.
When we visited Ramakrishna Primary School in Kitty, persons were busy checking their names on the list, and some persons had crammed into a stairway to cast their ballots at the top flat of the school.
I just had a little confusion how they had their names.
AFC's presidential candidate Kemra Ramjatan was among the persons who voted at that polling station.
A very high turnout. Lots of people, at least this morning session. A number of people have turned out. Bobby's is okay. Our scrutineers have been allowed in this region. And it's pretty hyped up sentiments.
At St. Winifred Secondary School in Garnet Street, Newtown, the lines were long, but persons said that they voted with ease.
The process was very good, and everybody come out wholeheartedly. Everybody was right on.
Where you vote? Where you vote?
At St. Winifred School.
They had a crowd? Or?
Yeah, big crowd this morning, man. Everybody, since 4 o'clock, people up on the road.
How you doing? You come out for vote this morning. Yeah. How easy was it?
It was so easy. Very easy for me.
it was good, very quick, easy.
You found your name easy and so on?
Yes.
How early were you here?
I just came and I'm out already.
This is the first time you're voting?
Yeah.
How you feel about voting for the first time?
Not bad. It's true what most senior citizens say, that it's a good exercise in your right to vote.
One young voter did not get a chance to cast her ballot.
She tell us that she can't vote if I'm on the list.
Her name is not on the list?
Yeah, but she has the ID card.
And nobody can tell her why?
Then tell us why, then explain for her.
When Prime News caught up with GCOM's chairman, Dr. Steve Sturgebali, he had visited some 20 polling stations.
What I've seen is pretty okay, and I'm not displeased. There are still the usual hiccups, even though people were told to come before and check the names.
Among the priority for staffers of the polling stations today were ensuring that elderly and differently abled persons got a chance to cast their ballots. For Prime News, Nazima Ragaber.